some areas in the sensory education and the materials we used under sensory education. And last week we were also able to look at those senses. So can anybody recall how many senses we have? 8. Can you help us with those 8 senses? Tactile, baric, visual, thermic, auditory, olfactory, stereognostic, gustatic. Gustatic. You try to. Hey, this madam. You have already done everything already. Okay, so those are the 8 senses. We have baric, thermic, tactile, um, auditory, visual, stereognostic, gustatory, and olfactory. So those are the 8 senses. And we mentioned material that are under each senses, right? We started from the visual, if I'm correct, and then down till we get to gustatory. And last week also we were able to use 1 or 2 material. We were able to learn some terminologies, such as don't use material when the material is not complete. We were able to learn control of error. We were able to learn don't yes how to carry the material, carrying with care. Don't talk while you are presenting, and some other terminologies and so on like that. So, but today we are going to start with where we stopped, and then by 1 p.m. Yeah, 1 p.m. We are going to look at another learning area, which is practical life. So, last week we were able to start with this. Am I right? The red rod. So, one of you will present the red rod for me. Another person is going to present the. Do I use the brown sticks? I use I did. Okay. Somebody will present the brown sticks while I use the next material we're having, the number and number cylinder. We used color box last week. Okay, but we used touch board. You used to touch board. You used to touch board. Okay. All right. So somebody should report this. Present this. So I just want to do education for the sake of her and some other people that are not. They were not online last week. So. Yeah, you have it. I don't want to use the touch board for this. When I use the pink. Don't forget, you have to tell us the name of the material. You have to tell us the purpose of the materials. You have to tell us the age group of the children that are going to be using the material. I remember that was what we tackled last week now. Because that was a question you guys failed to ask. But I ended up asking and I ended up mentioning it. So I said, don't worry, I'll wait for you this week. Yes. Yeah, I mentioned the purpose of every material. Yes, every material has a purpose.
It's not from 2 years. 02. From 3 years. Okay, 3 years. He didn't join online. It was okay.
Yes.
It's relatable and all.
Yes.
How much is it now?
No, some said they paid 45. I paid 60. So maybe when they went to the office,
Okay.
cheaper.
Did you
I went through
online?
No, even online is not cheaper. I think 6,000. But they will later pay for the results, certificate, and everything. I have paid for everything.
So right now, what result is that? You just now submitted.
Yes.
That's the next step for the result.
What they told us was like the second day, but now we've not seen it. Yes. They said you will see the second day, but probably next week. So what's the purpose of the road?
For comparison, this is
Okay,
1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The first one is like 1 day.
yes.
Second one is 1.
Yeah, if you add it together, you see it's 2 of this.
Okay, 2.
The third one. 1, 2, 3.
Are you waiting for them to tell you?
For you? No, actually, it's because of her. We're going back now. So she has done it. Come and do your own.
No, I'm not doing it.
So, I've not seen your presentation.
They are waiting for you.
I have seen your presentation. Let me see your presentation. There's no one I want to see the presentation. There's no one like the second page. Okay. Let me see this in the camera so that anything you say, I can use against you better. Yeah, no.
No, you tell
You
us.
introduce the material to us before you start using it.
This is the red road. The purpose is for
You're not
comparison.
telling me anything else.
This is the camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't forget you are supposed to, sorry, don't forget you're supposed to use the 3 period lessons. Okay. The 3 period lessons.
Should I pass it?
No, that is the 3 period lesson. This is show me. No, what is show me?
Your student is even pushing what to speak.
No.
You are not the one to tell us it, you are going to explain to you. I know what I call it hot seat. I was sitting down there since you. Alright, please, yeah, present it for us, please. Let's make snap so that we can use enough of it.
Red road. It's all like I know you. Red road. Yes, it's just this is red road. This is for comparison.
Let me present it.
Sorry.
You are going to use another material, but I want you to write it. Good morning, everybody. My name is Mr. Light, and today we are going to be working with the red road. We are going to work with the red road. Here I have, it's called the red road. Can anybody give us the reason, tell us the reason why it's called the red road? Do you have any clue? Why is it called the red road?
Because it is painted in red.
The color it says it all like it's painted in red. Now this material is for this. I'm telling you now, I'm telling you because you are teachers here. If I'm telling people I won't be using this method. Now this material is for children from age 3 and above. I don't want to mention class because classes differ. Then one of the things that the material teaches is that it teaches them that numbers, differentiation between numbers. That one, this is one because this is rod 1, and this is rod 2. How do we arrive at rod 2? We are going to have rod 1. That means we have 1, 2. 2 of this one is what we have here. That makes this one rod 2. 1, 2. This is rod 3. How do we get this rod 3? We have 1, 2, 3. So that's 3. And like that, I told you that you're going to tell them till you get to rod 10. Now another thing I mentioned is that you won't present all the material at a time. I said so. That you take it one after the other. You can just take first 3. Introduce them to it. They already know the name. They already know 1, 2, 3. They already sight it. They already know. By the time you want to introduce another set of 3, and you they already know this 3. What they need to know is that this is 4. So to teach the remaining 4 is not going to be hard for you. Because they already understand the concept. They already know that it's for quantification. 1 is small. Why 5? Very, very long. We will have 1 in 5 places for us to get 5. So they will know that they will know the differences between those numbers, and they will know. So when they ask you that out of 1 and 6, which of which is bigger, or which of which, they will be able to do, because they are already seeing that this is 4, this is 1. So which of which is bigger? So that means 4 is always more than 1. 4 is always more than 2. 4 is always more than 3. So for quantification and all of that, so this is not for discrimination of sizes. That's why I use that word. No, it's not that visual material. I know I told you. There is other visual material. So for discrimination, visual discrimination of sizes, that the higher it goes, the larger the number becomes. So that is how it is taken. So if you now have any other question relating to this, the learning goals, there are a lot of learning goals behind it. I told you for every material there's a specific learning goal, that there's indirect learning goals. Indirect learning goals are the ones that you did not even plan for it. Probably in the course of your presentation, that's where you are going to realize it. Number one, all of the things this thing is going to teach is children can be able to differentiate between, because sometimes when you want to, we adults we do this a lot. You collect 1,000 from a child and you give the child 50 naira or 10 naira, and child will collect it gladly. Sometimes children will be crying for 10 naira over 1,000, they will give 1,000 to you because they did not differentiate. They don't even know. It's not about the quality of the thing. Sometimes they will have something that is longer and something that is short. They will prefer that short one. They will keep because they don't know quantification. They don't know qualification and quantification. Like this thing is higher than this. This is 1. This is 4. 4 is like this. Rather than out of 4 and 2, which one do you like? I like 2. Because the person never know that 4 is more. Because if you didn't know that 4 is more, you would have preferred 4. So you understand. So those are the things that, those are the indirect learning goals behind this. And direct learning goals is that they will be able to visually discriminate it when you put it like this. And there's what we call control of behavior. I told you, when the child is arranging this thing, and the child decided to start arranging like this. You remember when I was arranging that day, I deliberately make some error. When you were trying to say, I didn't utter a word till I finished. Because number one, I was not supposed to talk during presentation. Number two, there's what we call control of error, that by the time we are presenting, and I got here, and by the time I got here, I know something is awkward here. That means I have to move this one to the front, and try it here, and try here, and I continue arranging. By the time I get, I know this is not this one place. This one needs to move here. I move. I bring it. No, this is not your place. You move here. I move here. No. No. That is how control of error makes. That's why and I told you for every Montessori material there's always control of error. So and that is why I said in Montessori classroom you don't tell the child no. You don't tell the child you have missed it. You don't say that that's not how to do it. You remember I didn't tell you that that's not how you're supposed to do it. What did I ask you to do? I said let me represent it. Because that is what you are supposed to do to the child. You are supposed to present the material once more. Now, one of the advantages of having the numbers of pupils to introduce material to is that when the first person probably didn't get it right, and the other people get it right, that particular individual did not get it right, you might give the person another chance because he has already seen other people do it right, and you're like, oh, that's good. Okay, let's move to the next person, to the next person. You understand now? So he has already learned from the peer. And he has already got it in the concept even before you present it. But if it's just a one-on-one presentation, probably in a messenger presentation, attendance. please. So if it's an isolation something, it's something that you have do this. So please, let me pass it to you. Please. So please let this madam help me present the brown states. Since you could not let us present this, and I've done that today. So I believe you have a clear understanding of more of this bit. So you can help us present the brown states. No, you can continue. This thing is recording. You can continue. It's called the broad brown stage.
This is the broad brown stairs. It's also used for comparison, right? And this is step one. I can't. I thought you're not supposed to talk.
I'm looking at it. Don't worry.
Yeah, presenting your talk.
Because that's what that's okay. Is it that when we want to after introduction we will not talk again?
But what you can don't forget that we are all we are not just pupils here. You present to us as a fellow student and come back.
Okay, sir.
And then you present to us when you are presenting, you introduce the material to us. Then when you present to us like you are presenting to your pupils because it's pupils you are going to end up presenting to your classroom. And you can't just do something without the children will have a better knowledge of what you are doing. You don't tell them, carry them along. You understand what I'm saying? So, but you tell them what you're going to work with first.
This is the broad brown stairs. It's used for comparison. Since we cannot introduce all at once, so we just introduce the first step, the second step, and the third step.
So
The age range, the same from 3 years and above.
so what's the difference between these two now?
That's what I want to ask him as well. What's the difference?
I think
I don't know.
You know that one is the length.
This one is the length.
This one is
so maybe
the
it's the
height.
or the width.
No, the height. You know this.
This one is high.
Two of this one.
You got two of this.
Two.
Okay. But will this be easier for the children?
Two.
Put that one on top. Put it on top.
Now three, yes. So 1 plus 3, 1 plus this is 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1 plus 3 is 4. So when you add these ones, you have 4.
So now before. Okay. I thought they were done with the exam last week. We just started last week. But they are not much. Last week they were much.
Okay, some are inside.
They were plenty last week.
They are inside.
Yeah, there's a light on. I want to get something. Is it the same?
Yeah, I need to quickly mention something about it. And you made a mistake. What's the mistake? Are you done?
Yes, I want to add something. Like this, the red one. You know, it's when we add it, you can get the other number. How about this one?
Number.
Yes. You know the red one? When we put one, when we put one, and add it to this one, to give us two. So how do you explain this one?
For every material, there's a purpose. For every topic, there's a purpose. For every subject, there's also a purpose. This is sensorial material, not numeracy material. Now, just the red one. Everything here on this shelf. The material I showed you just now is not for us to teach mathematics 1, 2, 3. It's for them to just be able to visualize that 1 is more, 2 is bigger than 1. That's the work of that one. Because every material have its own purpose, and you should not use another material to teach. And let me use this material to teach maths. I should not use it to teach barbarism. I should not. That one purpose that it serves, that's what it's meant for. Now this one here, this is broad brown stairs. The concept behind broad brown stairs is different from the one behind this thing. We don't use this one to be saying is now okay. Though there are some principles attached to this too, that everything from here to the end is just certain. You see, certain inches away till you get to the end of it. This thing. That's it. That's what they are using to reduce to each other. You understand what I'm saying? Now, why is it called broad brown stairs? Number one is brown in color from the word. It's arranged in a broad way and in the stairs way. I did this last week. So from that word, you are able to establish the name broad brown stairs. Now, it's also a visual material and a material that is used to distinguish between big and small also, just the way you mentioned. You understand? But not you are going to be mentioning 1, 2, the way you that one, they are saying 1 of this one, 2 of this one. This the material that you do. Now, there's something I should have used, but because of the principle that says you should not use a material that you should not use.
Okay.
Please, let's say it. Someone will come and collect it. They'll bring it. Someone will come and collect it. So, because the principle that states that don't use an incomplete material. Remember I said that? That's why I didn't bring this up. This is what we call nomenclature card. Nomenclature card. Nomenclature cards. Now, what are nomenclature cards? They come with almost all materials. Almost all, not all. Now, what they do is that they aid the presentation of that material. They are going to, like they are the flats, almost the flats of every material they are presenting, for you to explain it in another broader way. Now, for example, now this first rod here, this is the place of the first rod here. To make it more engaging and everything, once you have this nomenclature, you can present all the nomenclature card and ask the child to pair. It will be separated. Ask them to pair it, to pair each rod, each brown stitches on the appropriate cards. This builds their critical thinking and problem solving skills. It helps them because they can reason that, okay, it doesn't work with usual, because if I go and place this one here, my brain should be telling me that this thing is bigger than this space here. But for a child, their brain might not even tell them earlier. But by the time they put it, they are like, no. They'll put it back. They'll try something else. You see it, right? Then this is the appropriate material to use it. So, do you have any other question related to this? Last week I mentioned something about extension. I said we are not going to start with extension yet, but we are still going to do extension. For real, we must do it. It's a must we do it. But we are not going to start it yet. And what are extensions? Extensions are several ways in which you can manipulate particular materials. I mentioned something like that, but me, I don't want to rush it. So then let us just know the materials and how to use them first. Then we can start with the extension. And I told you that you can go online. That day I think some of you want to open it for. Just type broad brown stairs extension on Google. You see a lot of extensions there. And I said there's no way you want to do extension that you are not going to attach printer because the goals are long, the goals in pairs. And the reason why I told you, the reason why I didn't use the printer that last time was because of the last piece that was missing. I think the thing fell out, that last piece was missing. So probably if Mr. Rara come around, if they can produce one piece for me, then I can present it. So that's why I don't present it. So that's that. So by the time I want to do the extension, probably my child will have ready, because those extensions I mentioned, if you go online, you see they are all related. You will see where you are going to be seeing number road, brown stairs, pink tower, what's it called, noble cylinder, everything that will be mixed together to do one thing, to create something. You just use it to you are just somebody you can use to create prism. This pyramid, pyramid. You can just use to create pyramid. There's a way you are going to manipulate red rod and number rod and these other materials to create pyramid. So those things are called extensions. You just, for your critical thinking and creativity, just put some creativity like, okay, what can I use this thing to build? Can I do it like this? Can I do it like this? Can I do it like this? As simple as this thing I did just now is, it's also an extension. It can be different. If you go online, you are going to see several extensions. You are seeing it that way.
I saw one yesterday.
So
Was this
that's right. Yeah, that's number rod. So there's number rod and this thing. And we have that. Even if you go on the YouTube page, you are going to see some of the previous classes you have done on all these things. Then you have even done some places. But you are still going to do it anyway. So that's that. And one thing I told you that, I asked that, are you done? He said yes. I said, no matter, you know what I want to say, like this. You already know. Yeah, come on. Thank you. Always clear. Always clear. Very, very important. Always clear. Always clear. So Mrs. Mrs. Monisola. Mrs. Monisola. Most of you might be able to 1 minute actually.
You said it last week.
Two last week. So, come on. will come with
Okay,
the.
paper.
No, she will present the touch board for us. So I can start with other materials. I'll start with the knobless cylinder. No, knob cylinder, knobless cylinder, and what's it called? The color box. That's what we're going to solve for. Yeah, so I'm coming.
Good afternoon. My name is Bisola. So these are the touch. This is the touch pad. And the other
So, Madam Bisola,
sir.
we're starting with touch board 1, please. You introduce touch board 1, you introduce touch board 2, you introduce touch board 3. Then you can now be blindfolded to do the presentation for us. Don't forget, you don't present to all materials at the time. You don't know that.
So good afternoon. My name is Bisola. So here I have two touch pads, the smooth and the rough. So you can feel it.
And next time we should be using
Your fingertips.
Helicopter pilot,
And this is the raw. I'm introducing my hand. So this is the smooth.
this one is
Raw part. So where smooth, raw, then raw part. And the last one. Now we have the smooth, raw, raw part, and raw part. So smooth, raw, raw part, raw part.
What age group do we present the materials?
From 3,
Are you sure?
yes.
And it's under,
3 is under tactile senses.
it's under.
Tactile.
Okay.
So and when you tactile,
What is tactile sense?
that's to be with feeling.
Yes.
And when you want to present, you have to blindfold.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, said, what do you call the material again?
Touch pan.
What is the name of the material, please?
Touch. Touch pan.
Yeah.
Are you online, Daddy?
Touch pan.
I'm not online.
Pan.
It's called touch board. I said touch board.
Okay.
Then these are the touch tablets. Okay, welcome back. Okay, this is called the knob cylinder. Hello.
Is it writing exam?
Please. Okay, this is called the knob cylinder. Knob, KNOB, knob cylinder. You should. The thing I've been listening, right? So we don't. I don't want us to go to visual, non-visual, this and again because I already listed this. So this is knob cylinder, and basically it's since it's not visual, it talks about the discrimination of sizes. That something have the same circumference to something does not mean they have the same depth. That's it. So you see, the same circumference, different depth. That's different heights, different depths. So we have knob 1, we have knob 2, we have knob 3, we have knob 4. That is why we are having 4 different listed here. 4. You can see everything here is 4. Now, one of the things we use these activities to do is that I'm going to tell you the differences, the similarities between knob 1, knob 2, and knob 3, knob 4 now. But one of the activities we use this to do is to calm children, to teach them discrimination of circumference, basically, and depth, as I've mentioned earlier, to teach resilience, because there's no way you want to arrange this thing. If you are not calm, you cannot, I can bet you cannot arrange this thing. Because by the time you put this one inside the wrong block, and you have the owner of the block now come, how do you now be looking for where you have get it from? You know how to plug in. You know, so you have to calm down, observe, okay, as if it's in, let me try it. So that is it. So I said we have knob 1, we have knob 2, we have knob 3, we have knob 4. So I'm going to start with knob 4. So give me a minute. Okay, thank you. So I want to read this thing for us about the knob, so that we can jot it down before I start using it. Okay. The appropriate age for children for presentation of knob cylinder is from 2.5 years to 3.5 years and above. One of the learning goals is that it teach hand-eye coordination. Eye-hand coordination. See, hand-eye coordination, because you are going to be seeing what you're going to do. It teach pincer grip as well. Pincer grip. Pincer grip. It teaches concentration. It helps small muscle coordination. 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 I think they give you something. Douglas. Another thing again is that it helps with focus and attention. I mentioned that. It helps with focus and attention. Now, okay, I've mentioned the learning goals. There's what we call control of error. I don't know if we all know control of error. Okay, seeing those there's indirect goal. The indirect goal that exercises their pincer grip from left to right direction reading. It helps from left to right direction reading. The cylinders are set to 10, prepared for base 10 number system. You know, I told you something about 10. I mentioned it yesterday when I was taking the class. I said there's something that Montessori intentionally did about all of these materials, that the highest number you are going to see the material ordering under sensory or other part or other listing, particularly sensory, is the limitation is 10. It will not go beyond 10. I told you, I mentioned all the materials there: the printer, the broadband stairs, red rod, the even this 10, 10, 10, 10. So every materials are limited to that 10. I told you that's the way you are going to see the word limited. That's the first time you're going to see the word limited. I mentioned another place you are going to see the word limited. I mentioned that the method are going to be using just three. I told you, okay. So one of the direct purposes is to teach the child how to distinguish sizes, different sizes. Okay, which other thing again? Okay, I think that's all I need to get. Now, in case this material is very, very engaging, if you have a child that probably is, this hyperactivity, all these ADHD issues, that their body is they are always very hyper, they are ready to work at all time. And you have this material, let them go. This is what you do. There's a way you are going to. I'll do it, but I want to first introduce the materials before I do that. So once I do it, you understand that they should indeed they are going to stay. They will stay there for a long time. So this is not 1. This is not 2. This is not 3, and this is not 4. Now, what are the features of knob 1? What are the features of knob 1? Now, see knob 1 here. We are going to be telling after I'm done. By the time I get to knob 2, you tell me the differences and the similarities. Maybe there's any similarities in this one or differences between all the knobs. What are the differences between all the knobs? What are the differences? Number one, they are different in sizes, different in height, different in circumference. Sizes, height, and circumference. That's number one. Now let's look at knob 2. This is knob 2. So that means knob 1 does not, everything knob 1 does not have any similarity. Do they?
No.
They don't. They do.
They don't have.
They don't. Okay. All these things are things you are going to take note of, because in case you come across the exam or you want to mention anything, so those are the things you are going to be seeing. What are the similarities between knob 1 and knob 2? What are the differences between knob 1 and knob 2? What are the differences between knob 1? What are the similarities in all knobs? All the knob 1. Then this is knob 2. Knob 2. This is the knob inside the knob. Now, what are the differences? What are the similarities in this knob first? Let's start with the similarity first. Everything is the same height, but what are the differences? Difference in circumference. Now, what are the similarities between knob 1 and knob 2? What are the similarities between knob 1 and knob 2, and what are the differences between knob 1 and knob 2?
The height.
The height. Anything about the height?
That's the differences.
Okay. What is the height?
And the size. The height and the sizes. That's the difference.
Sorry. I think I need to use this so that this thing will not fall down. I need to bend them. The heights, they are different in height. These are the differences. The heights of knob 1 and knob 2 are different to each other. But any relationship between them? Similarities? You don't have any similarity? They do not? They have differences, they have similarities. They have similarity in sizes. The circumference are all the same. Only the heights differs. See the circumference. They maintain the same circumference but different heights. Same circumference. Number 1 and 2 maintain same circumference but different heights. Same circumference but different heights. Alright, let's look at knob 3. Like it's making sense, one. So what are the differences between knob 1 and knob 3? Let's look at similarity between knob 1, knob 2, knob 3. What are the similarities between knob 1, knob 2, and knob 3? They all have the same circumference but different heights. Now, what is the relationship between knob 1 and knob 3 first?
Between the same.
What is the relationship between this knob 1 and knob 3? The same circumference. Okay, what are the similarities and the differences? The sizes? How?
Some are higher.
No. One is arranged in ascending order, Why the order is arranged in descending order? You can see it like that now. The same circumference though, the longest height, the highest of this is the shortest of this. Why the shortest of this is the highest of this, is the tallest here. So the one is arranging going in ascending order, while the other one is going in descending order. What is the relationship between the three of them is that they maintain the same circumference. But what are the similarities? The similarities are the heights. Now let's look at number 4. No share. I've not given anybody. I just came to know you. Okay. So now look at it very well. This one maintain everything here have same circumference. For number 4. Don't understand it. Tell them the question. Tell them there's an error in the question. There's actually an error in the question. So look at this. The same circumference, but different heights. So what relationship does he have with this one? Number 3 and 4. What relationship do they share? They have the same size, the same height, different circumference. Now one thing that I want you to note here is this. Look at this. Is it number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I guess it should be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of the 5. Is that 5? No, 1, 2, 3. This is 5. All the number 5 have the same circumference. All the number 5 have the same circumference. Number 1 and number 4, number 5 maintain the same circumference, the same height. Number 1 and number 4. Number 4. The same height and the same circumference. They have the same height and the same circumference. Number 1 and number 4. I'm talking about their number 5 of number 1 and number 4. Why number 1 to 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. All the circumferences are the same for number 5 only. Do you get it? Or we are getting confused at the point? You get it right? You are getting it? Okay. Thank you. Okay. So those are the relationships and the similarities. So that the reason why you need to know all of these unique things is that when you want to arrange, by the time you hold a particular one and you hold something similar to it, you will know which of this belongs to. That they maintain the same circumference does not mean. Look at this one now. See, the number 8 and 52, the same circumference, different height. If you are not careful, you think they are almost the same height, but they are not. Visual discrimination. If they are far away, I think I watched a documentary of a boy and the mother, where the mother is doing something sharp. Maybe he might just do like this. He will do like this first. He will say, "Are they the same?" The boy will look at it and say, "Yes, yes." You will not bring that thing close. Are they the same again? No. What change? You change this one. She did a lot of exercise, like a lot, and the boy, the same material, the same bowl. The mother will pour the same quantity of water inside this bowl and inside this bowl, the same. You put it there, like, yes, the same water. She will not pour that water inside another bowl. That same water inside that bowl that is maybe a bit narrow. You know, the water will pile up. You know, out of this water and this water, which of it is much? You tell that one, because that one is, why is it much? I see this one that is plenty, is almost full. Why this one is small? Meanwhile, it's the same quantity that is inside. So these things are going to be teaching visual discrimination. Children are able to, visualize that. No, because it's like this does not mean it's still the same quantity. Now, this is where I said the work is going to come in.
I wanted to ask that. How are we going to know the number?
I'm going to know the number.
Yes, the number 1, number 2.
So don't forget, this is number 3. This is number 4. This is number 2. And this is number 1. Who are not coming to present today? Better should come and help me to
So I have a question.
Okay.
Me, I'm even confused.
You are confused.
My head. My head
Because
is
how did you
scattered.
get to know the knob one?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it looks the same.
Yes,
Don't forget, before I told you before I mix this up, I started from somewhere. I said, let me explain each by each.
Okay.
Now, the depth
The depth.
of each knob, I've mentioned their depth, their height, their clinical, for you to know that by the time I told you that by the time you want to arrange, you are going to know which one is number one. Now, look at this first.
Okay.
If you have it like this, remember I said if you have an hyperactive child, bring them in. Let them do some exercise, critical thinking exercise. Now I already know that this knob and this knob have something in common, which is here. Then I will go for the big ones among them here. If something is not getting it right here, I switch. You don't know what? So that means none of other places here have this thing again, except this one that have here. If I'm going for the second one, if I put it here, it's level. If I'm going for the second one here, I put it here. Third one, I put it here. Then I look for the third one that can work here. Because I know that this one is now getting smaller. While this one is getting higher. You understand what I'm saying now? So I will know, I'm already getting the differences now. This one, I might decide to keep this one in the end of this place here. If it does not work, then let me try it here. I have to look for one that is higher then. And that is how I'm going to be arranging this thing here. Like that, and like that, and like that, and like that. There's nothing hard with this thing. I know. Level is level. How do you ever pass it down here? Is that your question? Have I answered the question now?
Yes, sir. Then the white paper, what did you use?
Yes, I actually use the white paper because those small ones were falling down.
Okay.
That was why I put it to place to hold it. Don't worry, I know that your hand is like you should grab that thing.
You see, we was speaking.
Because it's used to this. It's a light, huh? It's too easy for us now. We are done. See now. Very easy. Easy peasy.
Number one, because you are adults. Because you are not 3 of these days.
If you are, it's just true.
Because it's 3 of us.
If it was only you, I know that you.
I see, I'm already confused. No,
So we are going to make use of it. Let's just put it beside here first. We are still going to use it. Don't let us use it today. It will be like extension. You're going to use it. That will be extension. Okay. Let's move to the next one. We call the other one. The material we just used now. Can anybody remind me of the name?
Knobs.
Now, this is your assignment. This thing here. This is not even a classic. This is a classic. I want to arrange it here. By the time I arrange it here, you now tell me which one is noblesse one, because this is noblesse cylinder. Madam Colobox, this is noblesse cylinder. This is noblesse cylinder. This is noblesse cylinder. This is noblesse cylinder. Because I'm using it to rhyme. Okay. Let me arrange. Yes. This is noblesse cylinder. This is noblesse cylinder. Who sat down here before? Mrs. Bisola. You are going to come in. Before I start explaining the learning goals and every other thing, you are going to come here and they are going to arrange it noblesse 1, noblesse 2, noblesse 3, noblesse 4. Which color should come first? Which color should come second? Which color should come third? Which color should come first? You are surprised, have you?
Yes.
Okay. This is how you get to know it. Let me explain to you how you get to know it. First thing for you to know is you need to arrange this thing in proper order.
Okay.
Once it's been arranged in proper order, you will know by the time you see it that okay, this should be noblesse 1, this should be noblesse 2, this should be noblesse 3, and this should be noblesse 4. Are we together? Okay. The stage is yours. Okay, I forgot to even start with the other thing here. Your book, no, you don't need to read it. Bring it. It's here. Your book, I want to hold it for you.
Okay. Same.
Can anybody remind me of what we call control error? What does happen there? Because you will know which one, this one is because of the year. It's not following the arrangement of the order.
Maybe one is not but maybe.
Okay. So which one is it the proper arrangement for everything?
Yes.
Is this number one?
Yes.
Is that number two? You should follow suit.
Okay,
You
I'm
should follow
going
suit.
Yes, that's what I mean. You should place them in the appropriate order. That's why I use this thing so that I can use to distinguish, to differentiate. So the number three should be where the number three is supposed to be. Number four should be where the number four is supposed to be.
Just with the blue episode, just like it's pretty.
I'm done.
They have the same circumference. No,
Different heights. It's the same size.
some circumference of different heights.
Is it
And the
different
size, yes, the sizes are the same. This one.
Three. Different circumference.
Three has
Different heights.
Three is arranging in
ascending order.
This one too.
Three is arranging in ascending order.
And this one too.
Okay, four to ascending.
Four is
But this one is
Descending.
descending. This one is ascending.
circumference.
This one is
Ascending.
Different heights.
Down.
Size. Yes.
Different
Yes,
sizes. Different circumference. Different heights. For three of it.
Yes. Three is ascending sequence. And the
Is it
one from
ascending or descending?
is ascending. Three. One is descending as well.
I didn't even know four is arranging. Ascending. So light on. Where are you?
It's pretty.
noblesse 1, noblesse 2, noblesse 3, noblesse 4. Now, one thing I want us to know is that this noblesse cylinder share every other features and teach every other things just as the one of knob cylinder. You understand? But the difference there is that the knob cylinder have something to hold, which talks about pincer grip. You know, that holding, that knob itself, that you easy to pull it up, pull it down, it helps with pincer grip building. So, and the small muscle as well. But why this one did not have? So why do we call that one knob? Knob is because of that thing on top of it. Why do we call this one knobless? Because it doesn't have. So that's how we call about the name. Let me use the material about this. So we're going to go on 10 except one. Yeah, 1 minute to 1. So we're going to go on 2 minutes break. Then I wanted us to use collective ability. This is even this one of us one. I don't think we use that before we go on break. Because when we go on break, after break, we are taking another subject. Not sensorial again.
We are done with sensorial.
Have we done sound jar?
No.
Don't have to do that sensorial. I wanted us to use about 10 materials before we leave that particular period. Okay, let's go on break. I know what to do.